right here.
Well, I was looking at the Phoenix book, that X-Men. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's probably a 5.
I'd probably want that in a higher grade. I don't know.
That's mean. If you go any higher than that, you're looking at 500 minimum. That still presents well. I see the cable.
It's not high grade.
Newsstand.
I don't care.
This is a newsstand, though.
It is.
I love that character.
I do too.
This one could be going up.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that cover too. Have you read his new book? It's really good.
The meme.
Oh, that's a good deal. $69 on that.
I want to buy that.
Yeah.
I got the 90.
That's great.
I don't know.
That's 84.
He's 110,
It's on that stupid
96.
CBCS.
Yeah. I think I like that book better than that though.
He's 5,000.
Okay.
Do you want a price on this guy?
Yes, please.
No.
With it being CBCS, do you think it would grade higher or lower at CGC? Probably lower.
Yeah, but man, it's a good looking four. Look at that red.
Yeah, you can.
15,000.
It looks nice, man.
Why is the
165.
case like? Oh, like is it?
165.
Good deal. I'll probably go back to that.
Oh my gosh. What?
Albedo too. I've never seen that book. May I look at it?
75.
Beautiful. First shoes are you, Jimbo.
Thank you. So cool. It's good to see it.
Oh, there's so much. I've already sold. So I told a guy 400 on that earlier. It's your classic like VG, maybe a VG plus, but it's, you know, there's nothing terribly wrong. It's just got, you know, it was red.
No, it presents well too. Might be that good.
You think Morbius is coming?
I just like, this is one of the first comics I bought at a flea market when I was a kid. And I lost that book.
Damn.
So I want it back.
Seems kind of high, man.
A little bit, but it presents well.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have just got back from my first ever Comic-Con. Oh my God. It was freaking awesome. Everybody was so cool. The vendors were cool. The patrons were cool. I mean, we really didn't have any issues. Went with my homeboy. Shout out Famous Comics. We got some nice books. If you can't already tell from the title, we got some major keys. We got some Hopes and Dreams books. I have my comic book goals achieved. Well, mostly. But I got a lot of goals achieved right now. Few raw books here, just little teasers. And then we got the big boys. Okay, we got them big boys. We got them big CGC slabs. Let's get right into it. These books right here are not from the convention. We stopped at a little comic shop and I just picked them up and threw them in here for fun. Invincible #1, Image First. Just had to scoop it up. It was $1 book. Next one up, Tales of Suspense. First appearance of Iron Man. It's the facsimile. I just like that. Those books are actually worth something. I mean, to have that book, be able to read it in a reprint form, I like that. Next one up, X-Men #4. Bunch of first appearances in this one. Love that cover. Man, I wish I had these in like the real books, but they're fun. They're facsimiles. Just in good fun. All right, that was your little teaser. Everything else in this are major keys, grails, to the point where these are books that I've wanted in my entire collecting career. This first book is real special. I had a choice between this and the other book. Let me just, without further ado, we're talking about Batman, Harley Quinn, first appearance of Harley Quinn in continuity. So I had the choice. There was a 9/6 direct, the Batman Adventures book, already in the slab, and I was looking at it. It was clean. The price was reasonable, but I'm just going to be real honest. I don't like that cover. This cover, this Alex Ross, this, oh my gosh. I mean, it looks like a portrait. And this is the book I wanted. I got it at a reasonable price. This is a high grade. Probably will get this one slabbed. Super excited to get this book. Another book, if you haven't checked out, our top 10 comic books that I want for my collection, CGC books that I wanted. Well, this isn't CGC, but it's darn high grade and it's real good. Swamp Thing, number 37, first appearance of John Constantine. I didn't think I was ever going to find this book. When we got there, we're looking. I think I might have saw one in a slab, and it was just too much. It cost too much for me. And then I saw this one. There was only 2 of these. I don't know if like people are just not selling these right now or what, but got this at a real reasonable price. I think this is like an 8-ish. I mean, I would hope it's definitely better than a 7, but man, I think this is a very, very clean book. It's the spine is kind of like, it's not a spine roll. It's just kind of like flattened out, and you can see some of the back advertisement on it. I don't know how hard CGC is on that, because I've seen some high grade books with that issue, and it doesn't really seem to affect anything. But man, clean copy, off-white pages, but the colors really pop. Love it. Let's get on to the meat and potatoes, guys. 4 slabs. Now, this is by far the biggest purchase of any kind of collecting I have. I mean, you guys see my Prime 1 pieces behind me. You've seen the Sideshow pieces. If that's telling you anything, these are bigger. This first one, not so much, but this is just the book I really wanted. This is Omega Men 3, first appearance of Lobo. This is from 1983. DC book. Got Lobo on the cover. Lobo's a really cool character to me. He may come in some form or fashion. I just really like this cover. And this kind of grade, 9/6, white pages, I believe. Yeah. White pages. You know, I had to get it. Yeah, just a fun book. Reasonable price. Scooped it up. Okay. Now, the rest of these books, these are Grails, okay? The story is, so this next book and then the book after that, I bought with the Lobo and the Swamp Thing. I basically got the Lobo and the Swamp Thing for free because I purchased these 2 books and did a bit of haggling. This is one of the hottest books there is right now, and it's been on the top 10 list for a while. Fantastic Four, 48. This is the first appearance of Silver Surfer and Galactus in cameo. Inhumans and Watcher appearance. This book presents really, really, really well. So there was a few copies of this. I can't remember if I saw anything higher than a 3.5. I wasn't willing to spend any more than this, but the price on this, when you go to these conventions, see, I had no idea that the prices on this stuff is so much cheaper because you're getting to dodge these eBay fees. You're dodging, shipping costs, just all these added fees that start to add up. And I had to get this one. Everybody's talking about this book. Silver Surfer's coming. Galactus is coming. This book is absolutely on fire. It's an awesome cover, in my opinion. Galactus and Surfer are not on the cover. We got the Watcher, but man, this was a major key for me. So my buddy that I went with, he scooped one up as well. He got a 1.5, and there was another 3.5 we were looking at, but it was hilarious. Like his face, like it had like a mustache, and it was just ridiculous. Like I was like, man, it kind of takes away from the presentation of the book to me. And that was the 3.5 version. Like that's the part that I just don't understand, like the grading criteria. Like if you have something like that type of issue with the cover, I mean, you gotta take some points away from that. The only issue with this is somebody has scratched out, well, not scratched out, but marked out the 12 cent and wrote 10 cent. I don't understand why they would have done that. And here's the back. I mean, this is a grail for me. This book is getting to the point where it's going to be unreasonable. And when Surfer and Galactus come, because everything's going to get cosmic in the MCU, I'm sure. This book is absolutely going to explode and become unattainable. All right. These two books here, these are kind of like I don't know if they're once in a lifetime. They're achievable. They are achievable books, but these are books that collectors, spend their whole life building to, collecting to. And I've been very fortunate in my life to be able to get these. And it's an honor to own these. And no further ado, I'm just gonna break this one out. Amazing Spider-Man 129, first appearance of the Punisher, Frank Castle, and the Jackal, in an 8.5 off-white to white pages. It's just even holding these books kind of like makes me a little nervous, just because they are so valuable. They are so iconic. They are so special. And to have it in a blue label in an 8.5 grade, I mean, I'm just very, very fortunate. And it's one of those things, it's a piece of history. I mean, I now own a piece of Marvel history, and it's just truly incredible. Like I said again, that was the deal. It was the Fantastic Four book, and then this book, and then basically the way I kind of did the deal, we got the Swamp Thing and Lobo for free. I mean, I really appreciate that vendor working with me, and yeah, I mean, it was an honor, and to buy this like in person at that convention, it's just one of those things that, like, that'll be like a memory I'll have for the rest of my life. It was just like, it was such a great experience. And I can't wait to display this. I can't wait to enjoy this for years to come. And I really appreciate you guys coming along with the ride for me. But no further ado, I mean, this is what it's all about, man. Hulk 181. 4.0, off-white pages. First full appearance of Wolverine. Wendigo appearance. So when we get to the convention, the first thing you're just overwhelmed by the amount of books are in there. And I'm just going to be real honest with you. When we were going there, my goal was this book. This was what I was going to be looking at. I was going to be looking for Journey in Mystery 83, First Thor. I was going to be looking for First Daredevil. And then I was going to be looking for this. So this book is absolutely on fire. It's been in that top 10 hottest books for so long now. I don't know. And when he comes to the MCU, and the X-Men come, and Wolverine meets you know, all these characters for the first time. It's going to blow the lid off this book. And when we first got there, sorry, I just kind of get sidetracked just because this is just such an important book. We first get there, I see an 8.0 on the wall, and I'm just going to tell you how much it costs. I don't normally talk about money on this, but it was $8,000, 8.0. And when we first got there, I was so overwhelmed. I was like kind of paralyzed. I was like, oh my gosh, because you know we go to all these comic shops and they have wall books, and you know I've done these different hauls. If you guys have watched my hauls and my hunts and stuff, I mean, this kind of book is just not there. Like an 8.0 181 is just not there. And to actually see one in person is really incredible. No pun intended. But anyway, we're walking around. I'm like, okay, I'm going to kind of do my rounds and then maybe come back and look at that book. Well, we kind of got held up at that other dealer, that other vendor, because that's when I scooped up that Punisher and Silver Surfer and Galactus. And come back, the 181 is gone. And I knew it wasn't going to last because that is significantly lower than the market value of that book at the time of this filming. So, you know, I was kind of disappointed, but when we went around, I saw a 6.0 purple label. That didn't really interest me. I don't really like green labels, purple labels. I like the universal grade. I like my books complete. I don't like any restorations, none of that. And then I saw a 3.0, and that was from a dealer who he was a pit crewman for Dale Earnhardt Jr., and he had sent a couple guys, and they were selling some books. His books were a little overpriced, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. Well, I went to a vendor. There was another one, and it was this one. So there was the 6.0 purple, the 3.0 blue label, the 8.0 blue label, which was gone, and then this one. That was it. That was the only 181s there. And the only other Punisher I saw was, well, there might have been a couple other Punishers, but the only other Punisher I looked at was Raw, and it was messed up on the cover. But anyway, this 181, it was owned by a guy. He was a judge. I don't know where he was located at, but he was a nice guy. I pulled up. I was going to pay him, and my phone was like messing up. And like, this is a huge purchase. So I'm literally like sweating. I'm like nervous. I'm like scared. I'm like, should I be buying this? Like, maybe this is a sign. My phone's not working. So I end up walking away from the dude. I end up walking away from the vendor and just saying, my phone's messing up. I can't do this, because the way the deal was done, I didn't want, you know, I was trying to get several $100s knocked off of this, and he wasn't willing to take a credit card. So I ended up sitting down, working on my bank stuff. It was just the whole thing. I got it straightened out. I go back to him. Thank goodness the book was still there. That would have been devastating. We did the deal. The payment kind of screwed up, but it went through. It was like one of those things. It was like everything that could go against me went against me, kind of, but we still got the book. At that point, after I got this, I was like, I was physically just exhausted, because it was all kind of stressful. I'm not going to lie, but it was fun. It was a good time. It was just, yeah, that's the story. I know there's always like a story behind these big books, because it's just such a monumental thing for a person, in my opinion. Just, it's an experience of how you get something like this. Guys, this is a huge video for me. It's a huge haul for me. This is just a huge moment for me as a nerd and a collector, and just as a person. So I really appreciate you guys kind of tagging along with me and going along with me for the ride. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. See you guys later.